Hi, folks. I'm here with one of the greatest movie stars of all times, Max Flybottom.
Why, thank you, U.S. It's mighty nice of you to say that.
It was in the contract your agent drew up, but that's water under the bridge. Speaking of which, your real name isn't Max Flybottom, is it?
No, it's not. When I first got into the profession, it was at a time when both acting and actors were considered less than respectable. And my parents asked me to change my name to protect the family reputation.
And what was your original name?
Manicus Fleafart.
Manicus Fleafart?
Yes. We're a branch of the original Fleafarts that came over on the Mayflower. My grandfather used to say, there were so many of us on the ship, a person couldn't turn around without having a flea fart in their face. And in the colonies, a person couldn't get out their front door without running into a flea fart.
Why did you choose the name Max Flybottom?
I was up for an action role and I wanted something macho.
You've always been known for your action roles. Your first film was A Bridge in the Dark, wasn't it?
Yes, that was the first. It got critical reviews and led to my next big hits, A Bridge at Twilight and A Bridge at Dawn.
And let's not forget A Bridge at Noon. You were nominated for an Oscar for that movie.
Yes, it's always been one of my favorites. Not only because it starred my first wife-to-be, Daisy Blossom, but it was my directorial debut as well.
Yes, Daisy Blossom, a film legend in her own right. No one who's seen A Bridge at Noon can forget that scene where you're both rolling down the hill with your head up her skirt.
Yes, I did my own stunts in that picture, and it took over 20 takes to get it the way I wanted. I even did my own filming and had a camera strapped to the top of my head as we rolled down the hill.
Wow.
Over 20 takes.
That must have been wearing on Miss Daisy.
Yes. She said I was driving her too hard, but it had to be done right. And Daisy's always been ready to take one or two for the team. And I just want to say right now that I have no idea how that under-the-skirt footage got onto the internet.
After that, you seemed to fall on hard times, and there were rumors of gambling debts and late-night partying that led to your breakup.
Those rumors were highly exaggerated, I assure you.
It's been said that reporting your escapades kept the National Enquirer solvent for decades.
I don't read the newspapers.
What about the claim of mental cruelty during the divorce when Daisy called you a pervert and said you had brought midgets into your hotel room for a menage what's French for eight?
We were in Rio, where nudity is considered normal. And I think calling them midgets instead of little people was somewhat insensitive on Daisy's part.
Actually, if I remember correctly, she used the term horny little bastards with delusions of grandeur.
See? That is just what I mean.
Moving on. You did most of your own stunts in your movies, didn't you?
No. That was just a publicity gag. Only somebody with a death wish like Jackie Chan would do anything like that. Besides, the insurance wouldn't allow it.
So that wasn't you swinging from the cables in the Son of Bridge?
No. That was a trained orangutan. And it worked out so well, we used it in 2 more films. The Bridge at 8 Cleveland and One Bridge Too Many.
Really? It looked great in the tux. I don't think anybody was able to tell the difference.
Thank you.
It was rumored, though, that when you did Bow Bridges, it was to pay off a gambling debt.
Don't be ridiculous.
Too bad it was a flop.
It was just misunderstood. Besides, it did well overseas.
Misunderstood how?
It was a metaphor.
A metaphor for what? It involved the rape and massacre of over 300 legionnaires in Fort Bridges.
It was a comedy, for Christ's sake. Can we move on? Anyway, it flopped at the box office.
And shortly after that, you married Angleworm Ganoush's daughter, Baba.
Yes. We were in love.
Really? Word on the street was that you did it to pay off the mob and get Baba a green card.
I don't know where you get this stuff from. I tell you, we were in love.
And it does seem strange that you got divorced right after Angleworm died.
Yes. That was tragic.
His being blown up by a car bomb or the divorce?
The car bomb. She snored.
Snored?
Like a freight train roaring through a tunnel.
Uh-huh. Well, anyway, then we come to your third wife, Havetta Plenty.
I thought you were here to talk about my career.
Yeah, it's a documentary, and the public wants to know everything about you.
My movies are all about me.
Havetta was very young at the time, and it said you married her to escape charges of child molestation.
That's a lie. We were in love.
She was still in high school. It's also been said that Havetta couldn't add 1 and 1 and come up with the same answer twice.
She had that all right when it came to the divorce. Are we ever going to talk about my movies? I am a star, you know.
All right. Have Edison starred in 5 pictures for your company, Fleas Productions,
Pretty clever, huh? Did you notice I combined the two?
all of which were flops and drove you into bankruptcy.
Well, that's kind of harsh. It was more of a stroll. And what about A Bridge Undone? My name is Taco Suave, man of La Mancha, and my dry wit and sardonic humor has caused me to stick out as a figure in the Paraguayan bas relief movement.
That's the exact same speech you made into Bridge a Wall. In fact, it's the exact same movie.
It is not the exact same movie. And besides, a lot of big stars have done remakes of old films.
The only thing you changed was the title.
It was a metaphor.
A metaphor for what?
It was a comedy, for Christ's sake. I'm the beloved of millions. I get fan mail. Did you ever get any fan mail? They even gave me a celebrity roast.
It was the Teamsters, and they burned you in effigy.
No, that's near Harper's Ferry, Iowa. They burned me in a 2-piece suit.
Then you were blacklisted from Hollywood by SAG after participating in a number of XXX rated films for Horse Wonder Productions.
I held the position of consultant, and SAG doesn't concern itself with ratings. By the way, you're fired.
But it does concern itself with unpaid membership dues. And according to the Kama Sutra, the position you had in A Bridge Down Under was Snake enters tunnels seeking the Garden of Delight.
It was a metaphor. And you're still fired.
A metaphor for what? You were in the scene with 3
It
new...
was a comedy, for Christ's sake. And what part of fired don't you understand? Can somebody get this person out of here?
But we haven't talked about your testimony before the House Un-American Activities Committee.
That's Flybottom. The man, the myth, the legend. Say, where do you think I should insert the comma? Why don't you just shove it up your cue the music?